What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is Hainsey coming back for another video. Welcome to part 2 of the NRL Stadium Challenge recap. Now, in the last episode last week that we actually went through the first 9 episodes from the start of the SCG, the 9th episode at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. We're starting off with part 2. So we start off with a little bit of a recap from the halfway mark of the challenge. Then we go to our 10th location all the way to our last, and then basically the results kind of thing. So that's what the state of play is going to be looking like at the moment. As it stands, who's leading the pack is both equalled on 18 out of 20 is both Combank Stadium and Belmore Sports Ground. Incredible experience both those two stadiums. I'll explain when we get to the recap towards the end of the video. Alright guys, let's get straight through the part 2. Hello, thank you. Welcome to number 10 of the NRL Stadium Challenge, Canberra Raiders GIO Stadium. It was officially built in 1977. It was formerly known as Bruce Stadium and has been the home of the Canberra Raiders since their existence in the New South Wales Rugby League. You could say that GIO Stadium is the main stadium in Canberra. It shares home to the Brumbies and the Super Rugby. History's a 3. The first stadium in the challenge would be a bowl shape. It's rectangular but has that little bit of an oval bowl around the ground. It's not a bad feature. It's a very nice ground, very underrated, 4 out of 5. You think of one thing at GIO Stadium in atmosphere, you think of the Viking clap. And experiencing it for the first time is something that is tick off the bucket list. I was there for the 2019 Grand Final, which wasn't the same because the Roosters were playing the Raiders, so it wasn't really the same. But all in all, it was a really good atmosphere for the ground. The game really got really tight in the end, so made things more tense. Good atmosphere, 3 out of 5. Must confirm it is freezing. What a way to warm yourself up. With a furphy, $12.50, pretty expensive, but not a bad beer, 3 out of 5. 14 out of 20 for the Raiders, and I'm off to Newcastle. Hello, it's Haynes here. Welcome to number 11 of the NRL Stadium Challenge at Newcastle Knights, McDonald Jones Home Stadium. Formerly known as Marathon Stadium, it has been the original home of the Newcastle Knights. It also shares ground with the Newcastle Jets in the A-League. It's hosted an A-League Grand Final and multiple All-Stars and Australian Tests. However, history's a 3. I absolutely love the soul of this place. It really reminds me of Suncorp with 2 western and eastern grandstands. The hills on both sides, perfect for a suburban ground in Newcastle, but makes it even better, the trots behind it. Watching the trots go around was a treat, 4 out of 5. Atmosphere was a bit disappointing tonight. Tonight's performance was very disappointing and settled the mood, 2 out of 5. I tried a Foghorn. It's a local brewed here in Newcastle. Very, very good. 5 out of 5. One of my favourite beers so far this season. We even got a free subby holder. Very good. 14 out of 20. And I'm off to A-Call. Hello, it's Haynes here. Welcome to number 12 in the NRL Stadium Challenge, the South Sydney Rabbitohs of Core Stadium. Officially built for the Sydney Olympics in the year 2000. It opened in 1999 and it holds the record for the biggest crowd in the NRL Grand Final with 107,000 in 1999. It is the home of the New South Wales Rugby League and home of the NRL Grand Final for the last 20 years. History's a 5. Souths moved here in 2005. The old ground, Redfern Ovals, is still standing here. They don't use it anymore. They only use it as their training base. The stadium's still good, however, it's just not the best when it's empty like this. It's much preferred for a grand final Origin night, 3 out of 5. Atmosphere was surprisingly good for a Souths game. Only 11,000, which wasn't the best, but still good, 4 out of 5. Beer time. I tried the Green Coast Lager from Stone and Wood. Very good. Probably my best beer so far, 5 out of 5. It's a 7 out of 20 for the Rabbitohs and off the Manly. Hello, it's Haynes here. Welcome to number 13 of the NRL Stadium Challenge, Manly's 4 Pines Park. Officially opened in 1911. It's been the old Manly showground until 1921. It's been Manly's home ground since 1945 for over 100 years, still standing. History's a 4. Some say that Manly don't have the best facilities, however it wasn't all that bad at all. It was a very typical suburban ground. I love the new Bob Fulton stand on the right hand side that opened this year. Makes the ground very nice. And the hill was always packed. The typical suburban ground, I love it, 4 out of 5. Atmosphere wasn't the loudest, but under the circumstances. 12,000 on a Thursday night at Brookie wasn't all that bad after all. Very good turnout, 3 out of 5. Be rude not to try Manly's 4 Points Brewing Code, the Northern Beaches Lager. Wasn't too bad, 9.50. Very good, 4 out of 5. 15 out of 20, off to the gong. Hello, it's Haynes here. Welcome to number 14 of the NRL Stadium Challenge, St George Illawarra's Wynn Stadium. The former home of the Illawarra Steelers before they merged with St George Dragons in the year 1999. They still play regular home games here as a joint venture. They played 6 in 2022, which is more than Colgra. It's had some significant players come through the ranks here at St George or Illawarra, however, history's a 2. Match made heaven for any rugby league fans. Suburban ground on the water. What a fantastic sight it was. One of my favourite suburban grounds. All 3 sides packed. Hill was packed behind the Indian Ocean. The Pacific Ocean was fantastic. 4 out of 5. Atmosphere was a little bit slow to get going. However, once the game got a bit tight and towards the end, the drag spin started really slow to get around it. The Red V were always chirpy all day. However, they just couldn't get the all interacting with the crowd. 3 out of 5. Tried the stone wood, however, they ran out. 4x I'd have to be. 750, not too bad. Still the CC though. 13 out of 20. I'm off to Melbourne. Hello, it's Hainsey. Welcome to number 15 of the NRL Stadium Challenge, the Melbourne Storm's Amy Park. It was built in 2010. It shares home to all the sporting rectangular teams here in Melbourne. It's had multiple A-League Grand Finals, preliminary finals, Asian Cups and World Cup qualifiers. History's a 4. Love the dome shape here in Melbourne. It keeps the atmosphere nice and tight. However though, where I sat in the corner just was too far away from the other side of the ground. 4 out of 5. Atmosphere was electric on this Friday night. 25,000. It was the finals fear to come early. Really enjoyed it. Game got really tight and tense, which made the crowd more enjoyable. 5 out of 5. It's funny, they advertised Carlton bids, but they didn't sell it. Great Northern on tap, $10. Still good, but $10. 7 out of 20. I'm off to Allianz. Hello, it's Hainsey. Welcome to number 16 of the NRL Stadium Challenge, the City Roosters' brand new Allianz Stadium. Officially opened last weekend, this is the first sporting event here at the venue. It shares home with the New South Wales Waratahs and Sydney FC. The Roosters have been on this patch of dirt since 1908, from the City Sports Ground to the old Allianz Stadium that was rebuilt 4 years ago for the new Allianz Stadium. Although this stadium is brand new, the history of this venue and the precinct of Moore Park is astonishing. 4 out of 5. As a Roosters fan, I was in tears walking around the venue. We're proud to call this place home. This is one of the best stadiums I've ever been to. The soul is so good. You're so close to the action. Atmosphere is nice and loud. The generations of players and fans are here is really remembered. 5 out of 5. What a way to kick off the new stadium with the local rivalry. Roosters Rabbitohs, 42,500. Sold out crowd. Atmosphere was loud. Latrell Mitchell got booed all night. Was the highlight for me. Best atmosphere I've ever been to. 5 out of 5. 50% off beers until kick-off. Very good. $5 for this. Very good. Very tasty. Stone and Wood. 5 out of 5. 9 out of 20. Hello, it's Hainsey, and I'm at number 17 at the NRL Stadium Challenge, St George of the World's next charge Jubilee Stadium. Formerly known as Colgra Oval, it's been home of the Dragons since 1950. Holds the record for the most consecutive wins at a single venue between 1955 and 1966 in St George's 11-year premiership run. Since then, they've merged with St George with Illawarra in 1999. History's a 3. Colgra's got one of the only stadiums in the challenge with an oval shaped. It's very good. It's not as far back as the SCG, which is good, which is a good thing. Both sides of the grandstands are good. The hill as well just makes it that typical suburban ground. A bit windy, but still pretty good. 4 out of 5. 8,000 on a cold Saturday night. However, crowd was pretty good. Weren't always constant, but they were pretty loud. 3 out of 5. Tried a Carlton draft, and honestly, not bad at all. Pretty good, pretty cheap too. 4 out of 5. 14 out of 20. Hello, it's Hainsey. I'm at the final episode of the NRL Stadium Challenge to West Tigers Leichhardt Oval. Officially opened in 1934, it's been home to the Tigers until they merged with the Western Suburbs Magpies in the year 2000. Could argue it's been one of the most recognised suburban grounds out there. Definitely historical one too. 5 out of 5. The old 8th wonder of the world, from its famous Wayne Pearce Hill to the Keith Barnes stand and everything in between. One of the best places to watch rugby league in the world. Nothing better than a packed Sunday afternoon crowd at Leichhardt. However, it needs a revamp desperately. Hashtag save Leichhardt Oval. Souls of 4. Disappointing season for the Tigers, and it's showing here. Booed off their own fans at half time. Disappointing. 2 out of 5. VB, $6. Wasn't great, but wasn't the worst either. Just the lines were too long. That really sold my vote. 3 out of 5. Just wanted to say extra thank you for the support over the season. It's a 15 out of 20, and I'm off to pick a winner. Hello, it's Hainsey. Welcome back to the NRL Stadium Challenge, coming to you live from Leichhardt Oval. We have finally done it. 18 stadiums completed on our list. We started way back in March with the SCG, and we finished here in September at the beautiful 8th wonder of the world, Leichhardt Oval. The review for both Colgra and Leichhardt Oval will be up first, but I just thought I'd just come on here to say thanks for the support so far, guys. It has been an amazing journey. let me know what you guys want to do next for next season. But in 25 rounds, we've got all 18 stadiums that have been available. So I've enjoyed every minute of it. So thanks guys for your support, and signing off from the NRL Stadium Challenge. Now time to pick a winner. But signing off from the 8th one of the world. Thanks for your support guys, and hello, it's Haynes here. Welcome back to the NRL Stadium Challenge. Now grand final week has just arrived. Congratulations to both Penrith and Parramatta for making the big dance at the Core Stadium on Sunday. So I think it'd be only filling that grand final week to announce the winner of the NRL Stadium Challenge. So let's get into it. So coming in at third place with equaling 17 out of 20 is both a Core Stadium and Melbourne's Amy Park. Now, we'll start off with Melbourne. Look, I loved Amy Park, the shape of the ground, like it was such a dome shape, very spaceship kind of thing, like very, very neat, like unlike most grounds, like it has its own kind of soul and feature to the ground, so that's what I enjoyed. Atmosphere was great, 25,000, very close game. Edged my seats up because of the Roosters, of course. It was a fantastic night in Melbourne. I love going to Melbourne. It's the first time there, and I'm definitely going back to Amy Park. Such an unreal experience. The only down thought was that they fucked the beers up because they advertised Cup Mid and didn't sell any. But apart from that, fantastic night. And then we've got a Core Stadium. Absolutely loved it. So much history, home of the Olympics in 2000, Grand Finals, State of Origins, you name it. Anything that has happened in Australian sport has all been here at the Core Stadium. So history's up there. It's such a good viewing spots at a Core Stadium. I've enjoyed my experiences every time I've been there. I will be there Sunday for the Grand Final. Beers were nice and cheap, surprisingly, at the big stadium like that. I don't know how they will be on Sunday. And, atmosphere surprisingly was good for a South game. Second place with 18 out of 20 is both Canterbury's Belmore Sports Ground and Parramatta's CommBank Stadium. I absolutely love CommBank. I enjoy the steep grandstands, very good viewing spots. Atmosphere was good. Beers were nice and good. Stone and wood, not fruity, very cheap as well, surprisingly again. So I enjoyed the day. And then Belmore, one of my favourite suburban grounds. Just love the day. The soul of the future of former players there. Atmosphere was great. Sold out game. Really enjoyed it. Beers were nice and cheap, which you get from a suburban ground. And again, beautiful day out. And to finish it off, the winner of the NRL Stadium Challenge is the Sydney Roosters' brand new Allianz Stadium. It might be controversial because I'm a Roosters fan, but there's nothing you can say that is bad about Allianz Stadium. All the people that have been there just enjoyed it. History, 1908 since the Roosters played at the venue, well, from the City Sports Ground onwards. The soul, it's so much similar to the old Allianz Stadium, so you feel like you've been you're in a future of how good the stadium is. Atmosphere, Roosters, Rabbitohs, 40,000, stadium record still, nice and loud, tension was good. And beers, they did 50% off all till kick-off, so $5 for a Canadian club was pretty good. So they sold my vote. So there's the official top three. What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for you guys for watching. Support over the